All cards have been revealed for the new expansion, Rise of the Floodborn. Lorcana's card set is doubling with 204 new cards, introducing the new keyword resist and a ton of powerful effects. We'll be reviewing the cards today and giving them an egg rating. Here's our scale. Cards given a golden egg, I believe, will be part of a tier 1 deck, or would be considered a top tier staple for the color. These are cards like Stitch Rockstar, whose requirement to take advantage of is powerful without sacrificing consistency, or Maui, who is simply powerful enough to include in any Ruby deck. Cards given a silver egg, I believe, will be part of a tier 2 deck, or would be considered an optional staple for the color. Cards like Cusco fall here, where despite their power, they have never found a tier 1 deck. Cards given a bronze egg, I believe, are solid options in specific decks, but either lack the outright power or the support needed to truly shine. Ariel fits here, although with the new item support, it might be her time to shine. Then we have the white egg for all the rest of the cards. I'll be placing most all of the vanilla cards in this category with a few exceptions. I'm also clumping together shift lines. We're taking a look at Sapphire now. Rise is giving us an item package, and we'll start with Popsicle and Nick Wild. Popsicle fills a big hole in the item decks as a cheap card that replaces itself immediately. With an in-play effect to banish itself, Popsicle sets up Nick Wild to generate card advantage for a color that was severely lacking it. I don't think Nick is necessary or really worth it when we look at the rest of our 4-cost options, so he's getting a bronze egg. But Popsicle is a major role player, a gold egg staple for Sapphire moving forward. Hiram looks a little better than Nick as a card advantage engine for item decks. I still don't think we have enough Popsicle type cards to fuel Hiram and make him shine. He gets a bronze egg. Judy Hopps looks amazing, giving Sapphire a welcome item removal option. That might be top tier itself, but when you combine her with Popsicle, we have a powerful, clean pair. She gets a gold egg. Maurice's Workshop beefs up the item deck substantially, giving it a critical mass of card advantage engines to pop off consistently. I think that deck will be a powerful off-meta option, so Workshop is getting a silver egg for me. Launch is the last card in the item package, giving the deck a powerful removal option. This card has a potential home in ramp decks as well, but is competing with Let It Go. Uninkable is knocking it down to a bronze egg as a fine option. We got a small healing package as well for Sapphire. Grandpappy is a build-around worth talking about. Gaining 2 lore from each character that gets healed makes cards like Jasmine look a lot better. A 7-cost Uninkable competes directly with Hades, who still looks like a staple you have to play. I think this deck ends up pushing a high Uninkable count and wants to run Fishbone Quill to help consistently get our game plan online early. Unfortunately, I don't see this being better than the current ramp strategies, so Pabby gets a bronze egg. Gumbo Pot might make the cut in that deck, so it also gets a bronze egg. Jasmine fits in the healing theme, but really she gave us a cheap shift option for her Floodborn. Sapphire is reaching a critical mass of turn 3 shifted 5-cost characters that can sing a whole new world. While the deck looks like it has the same game plan as Amber Steel with less powerful cards, Sapphire's ramp lets it take advantage of a whole new world more than Amber. Sapphire Steel was the best option for beating Steel Song last set, and I think that remains to be the case. This shift plan competes with the ramp plan, but we'll see which one comes out on top. Jasmine gets a silver egg from me for opening up the shift lines. Let's look at the rest of the Floodborn. Basil gives us a full line of options to get his shift out, but I wouldn't play his 2-cost or his 4-cost just to get 1 ink reduction on his shift, so this whole line is getting a white egg. Cogsworth is another 5-cost character that can shift out on turn 3 to sing. Big Cogs has ward and a big enough body to make him a menace to remove. This is the first time we're looking at resist. Reducing the damage the rest of your characters take makes our opponents grab your swords look a lot worse, especially with 2 cogs out. Resist also just makes challenging a nightmare for our opponent. Big Cogs gets a golden egg from me as the strongest 5-cost option for every Sapphire deck, especially in a steel meta. Little Cogs fits in that whole new world deck we talked about, and he might have a spot in the Ruby Sapphire control deck. He gets a silver egg. Corella DeVille is yet another 5-cost that can be shifted out on turn 3 with her 2-cost self. When we look at all the options, Aurora, Cogs, and Jasmine all look a little better to me, but she's still a bronze egg option for the deck. Her 2-cost gets the same, but also looks good in a mid-range deck. Gaston is our last Floodborn in Sapphire. He didn't get any in-color shift options, but he doesn't really need one to be good. His ability makes him look better than Robin Hood, and he quests for 3. Ramp is looking to have 6 ink by turn 4, and Gaston looks like one of the best things you can be doing with 6 ink. He gets a silver egg. On to the rest of the characters. Alice is really strong. Giving your other characters support lets you set up favorable challenges, and it doesn't take much to get Alice questing for 5. She fits in just about any Sapphire deck, so she's getting a golden egg for me. Caterpillar is aggressive enough to be a strong option worth a bronze egg. Duke is a solid 2-cost option with Emerald and might see some play. He gets a bronze egg. James has a Gramatala effect, but comes out way later and can't be inked. He gets a white egg. Mrs. Judson could be good with more cheap Floodborn, but right now she's severely outclassed by the other ramp options. White egg. Noe is missing another strong 1-cost item like Popsicle to really shine, but she's still an inkable 2-cost 2-quester with upside. She gets a bronze egg. Al is here, if you're a heathen who would run this over Flounder. Bronze egg. Prince Charming gives blue a Hans, but I was already cutting Hans from my deck's last set. He gets a white egg. Rabbit is a white egg vanilla. Sisu hits a sweet spot for me. One Jump Ahead was missing a strong proactive character to play turn 3. Aside from Belle, and Sisu is perfect. I think Sisu fits best in Amber Sapphire, and that deck will continue to be a strong force in the meta. Sisu gets a gold egg from me. The Knock is a cheaper Donald that can't sing 5-cost songs. White egg. Winnie the Pooh is a solid plan B for ramp and decks built around Detective Mickey. Now you can better build your Sapphire decks around consistently going from 3 ink to 5. I'm giving Pooh a silver egg. On to the rest of the items. Fang's crossbow doesn't have enough targets to be worth a spot. White egg. Sardine can make your evasive characters nearly impossible to deal with. Inkable gives it enough flexibility to get a bronze egg. With our actions, we have Falling Down the Rabbit Hole. This card can get around a ward in the right situations and lets you turn some of your cheaper cards into ink. Ramp would be the best home for it, but it doesn't make the cut there, so it's a white egg. If only it was inkable. Nothing to Hide is another 1-cost draw card. The information can be valuable, but with Steel Song dominating the meta, I don't see this one beating Popsicle or Develop. It gets a silver egg still, as a 1-cost draw effect is very playable. Our last card is 4 dozen eggs, and it gets 4 dozen eggs. That's all the Sapphire cards for Rise of the Floodborn. Let me know in the comments below if you think I misevaluated any of these, and give me your top 5 from the set. I'm sure after the meta settles there will be some hits and misses. If you want to hang out and chat, or have any suggestions or questions, you should join the Discord. Thank you so much for watching. Have a magical day.